Well, this morning, a major change is coming to a specific type of care at Connecticut Children's Hospital. Officials there say they'll phase out gender-affirming care for people under 19 years old.
Your reporter, Marcy Jones, live outside the hospital in Hartford, breaking down how this could change and impact your family.
That's right. Good morning. Connecticut Children's, like many hospitals across the country, are starting to wind down their gender-affirming care. And this, of course, comes amid national pressure as well as policy uncertainty. Gender-affirming care at Connecticut Children's include a range of support from social and psychological services to behavioral and medical interventions like surgery, all based on the individual needs of each patient. The change comes after a January executive order from the Trump administration that threatened federal funding for hospitals providing this type of care to anyone under 19 years old. That order was blocked in court in March, but similar programs at other hospitals, including Los Angeles, have started to shut down. In a recently released statement, the hospital said, in part, quote, "This process is being carried out in a deliberate and planful way with ongoing communication and support for the families and team members directly involved. It continues to be an evolving and fluid situation." The Hartford healthcare system says they will continue to offer gender-affirming care to adults. And Governor Ned Lamont says he's not happy with this decision. He's asking that the Attorney General look into it as well as try and get a better understanding of the impact on Connecticut families. Your reporter live in Hartford, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.